Hi, thank you for staying here, for listening for me. 9 minutes? Somebody stole a minute from me. Well, he said he has a company, I wish. Mobileye was bought by Intel for $15.3 billion. I wish I owned it. Okay, let's go straight into the subject. From safety to autonomous. The world has an epidemic. It is car accidents. Most of the countries are losing 1 to 3% of their GDP and millions of people are dying. Who is to blame? We are to blame. And if we take out the people and we put in something better, it would work and it would be better for our children crossing the streets. Is it tomorrow? No. Just an example, Germany, 1% of the GDP, one of the strongest or the strongest GDP in Europe, is losing 1% every year. 3,000 people dead and so many others injured. So what would happen if we could take out the human out of this equation? At least accident would be avoided, mathematically speaking now. But I'm going to show that it's really working. So who am I? I'm working in Mobileye, an Intel company, since 1 year. I'm working there about 10 years, but we are an Intel company since 1 year. We're about 20 years of age, an Israeli startup. For 8 years, we didn't sell anything to anyone, but the investors believe in us. Why? Because we said we're going to cure the world from accidents. The idea was a co-pilot system to be near the drivers and to help them. The same way I enjoyed safety when I came here with Lot. There was the captain. He put automatic pilot after takeoff, but there was also a co-pilot, just making sure you didn't forget this, watch out there. This is what our system is doing. So when you have Volvo and BMW as your first customers, you can trust in your future. And as you heard, we became public 2014, you can see, and bought by Intel last year. BMW, Intel, and Mobileye are promising the world commercial autonomous vehicles in 2021. So this is who we are. 25 leading OEMs are using our technology. As said, 13 out of them are already chosen Intel Mobileye to do the autonomous suite for their programs for the future. Just some examples. How many vehicles out there are running with our technology? 27 million. This is how new million of vehicles are using our technology every year. So what is our technology? This is it. A forward-looking artificial intelligence, understanding everything. Everything that an autonomous vehicle needs to know, everything that the driver needs to know. Pavement line, arrows on the road, street lights, pedestrians, vehicles, of course, everything is recognized and can be used to take decisions. So I'll show today what it means autonomous. Autonomous is not, okay, in one day, check, driver out. It's stages, levels. From level 2 that we are already today, automatic braking in some of the vehicles, steering assist in some of the vehicles, into more and more takeover instead of the driver. But it's not tomorrow and it's not in one stage. So what will make it real? Sensing, I will show it. Mapping. The vehicle needs to know where it is on a centimeter accuracy, not GPS, couple of meters swinging, and driving policy. What is negotiating between human drivers, autonomous vehicles? I'll show how it works. So you saw that we have the technology and the AI to understand what's going on the road. So instead of only forward, we took it all around, and we are proving the world that you can do it with vision only. Do we insist on vision only? No. Of course, the autonomous vehicles will have radars, lidars, but we want to prove redundancy. So if we can work with vision only, if that fails, radars and lidars will take over. This is how we prove our redundancy. The HD mapping, it doesn't exist today. There is no HD mapping of the world. So I'm in contact with governments, and hopefully in Poland as well, to map cities in Poland, to map the infrastructure of Poland, and Mobileye, with its 13 biggest automakers who are working on this technology, including the HD mapping, is stating that probably Mobileye will be that world standard for mapping. How does it work? You saw we have 27 million vehicles riding with our camera looking forward, warning the driver. We will soon have another 27 million. All those vehicles will warn the driver, at the same time upload information, very anonymous, very lightweight, about the infrastructure of the city. Then, once it's ready, an autonomous vehicle come, use this data, and know exactly where it is. You wake up in the morning and there's 5 centimeters snow on the road, doesn't matter. The vehicle will know exactly where it is. I will show it. This is how it looks. Look at the right. This is the anonymized data of how the road looks in this area. And to the left, you can see how it looks. As I said, we are GDPR compliant. It's very anonymized. We don't know who contributed this part of information. This is how it looks, and this is how it looks projected again on the real life. So you can see that the vehicle, I'm pointing here, but actually you're looking here. For example, streetlights. Why do we care about streetlights? They are a good sense of positioning. Where is the vehicle, and something that will be there also tomorrow. By the way, if it will not be tomorrow, it will be updated in the cloud. So road authorities can know, okay, I need to fix something. If there will be a hole in the road or some danger, it will be in the cloud. The next vehicle will be notified. Some more commercial applications. Parking. We don't want to collide in vehicles, so we know where they are. And we know also the free space between them. So some city can choose to make its parking something more digital with some application and use this data. So we're harvesting, aggregating, and using it for the autonomous vehicles. But we can use it tomorrow. If a city like Budapest already decided, like Turin already decided, like I started the discussion with the deputy mayor of Katowice yesterday, that the city will be mapped and will be autonomous ready, we can already enjoy this data and, of course, the safety for the vehicles using the technology. Driving policy. This is in Paris. It is difficult for everyone who is not French. Think of an autonomous vehicle trying to drive here. Our autonomous vehicle is able to do that. And let me show you how. Safe. It was talked today, and there were questions here from the crowd. Which algorithm will those vehicles have? Here's the answer. First of all, it will be safe. Second of all, it will be transparent. It will not be some black box which we don't know what it does. It needs to be see-through for the regulators, for the ministers, for the public. It needs to be useful, because if the vehicle will be very safe and it will not enter the roundabout, what did we do? We did nothing. But if it's assertive enough, we did a lot. And of course, affordable, and we believe that we are. So we call this driving policy RSS, Responsibility, Sensitivity, Safety, which means we promise that the autonomous vehicle will not initiate an accident. We cannot promise it will not do an accident or will not be involved in an accident. Here you can see the blue may be hit. But let's see. Today, if you hit a car in front of you, you're to blame. You didn't keep enough distance. But if you're lucky and you have a camera and you can prove that this front driver was cutting you in a crazy way, the judge may say, okay, you're not to blame, he's to blame. What is this irresponsible driving? You need to make it, to formalize it to a new law. And we have that. So this formula is open for competitors, for the industry, for the regulators to look at, to start a discussion, and we call it RSS. So for example, this is a wrong cut-in. But this is a safe distance to have a cut-in. We checked our technology. First of all, with video gaming, the drill is red to the right, white to the left. Think of yourself as a young driver. This negotiation is not easy. We never have accidents using our method. Out of 100,000 times, 50 times, they reach the end of the road and they don't have a solution. Like ego, but never an accident. So let's see our technology in Jerusalem. Believe me, to drive with Israeli drivers around you is not an easy task. So this is our autonomous vehicle, and it has 12 cameras around it, only cameras for now. to prove a concept. Of course, tunnels, no GPS needed. We're using HD mapping pre-prepared. Let's see some serious scenarios. You'll see our vehicle here. He needs to blend to the right, to the left, sorry. Now, Israeli drivers are not Europeans. They're not that polite. He needs to push in. So he's like body language, asking for permission. He's not getting it. But he will push himself in front of that van and see how assertive it will be. So you can imagine, and that was calculated as safe enough to do, and there was no accident. The next scenario will be overtaking a slow vehicle. Okay, that's again blending in. Let's see the next scenario. Okay, that was a tractor. Now, he's driving slow. You want to overtake it. But will the other vehicles allow? Let's see. Oops, the bus didn't allow. That one didn't either, but the Jeep will stand back. So, if you want autonomous vehicles to be useful, they have to be safe yet assertive. This is Mobileye, the world leader in ADAS. Safety today, autonomous tomorrow. Thank you for listening, and I hope I gave you an idea. How much does it cost? Today, for a normal vehicle, the ROI of using the system is less than a year, a couple of €100. For buses, it's a little bit more. And we believe we have the most cost-effective way to map the world and to make autonomous vehicle platforms in the future. Thank you very much.